Hey, what's up? This is your boy Aaron S. And I wanted to do a video about intermittent fasting. You've probably heard me mention it in other videos, and I want to tell you what it is today, more specifically. Intermittent fasting is when you eat for a period of time, then you stop eating, and you fast from the time you stop eating until you start your next meal. Typically, intermittent fasting can be anywhere from 12 hours fasting, 14 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours, even up to 24 hours. I wouldn't go any more than 24 hours of a fast. But basically, you include it in the time that you're asleep, so it makes the fasting period even easier. So for me, I usually fast for 16 hours and have an eating window of 8 hours. So I'll start eating about noon, which is my lunchtime at work, and then I'll finish eating at 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, I don't eat anything. I just drink water between that time and the time I go to bed. And when I wake up, I have water. I train in the mornings, so I train in a fasted state already. And I'm really just pushing back my first meal, which most would consider breakfast. I push it back to noon, and I just eat then. And it's not really a big deal for me. In fact, I think I'm more alert and I stay awake a lot easier when I'm on an empty stomach than when I'm full. When I'm full, I want to lay down and relax and fall asleep. But if I don't eat anything for a long time, then I'm usually alert and I'm okay with being awake. So some people, they'll fast 18 hours. I do that sometimes. And if I really had a bad day of eating or I just been just eating a lot of calories, then I'll fast 20 hours and only eat in a 4 hour window. What this allows your body to do is, in a fasted state, your body's using its energy just to do stuff like sleep, regulate itself, walk around, whatever you're doing at work or whatever, you need energy. So if you use up all the energy from your last meal and there's none left, your body has to go into your stored body fat and use that for energy. It has to convert it, metabolize it so it can use it for energy to sustain you. So and that usually happens around, they say, the 10-hour or 12-hour mark before you haven't had any food. So I guess about 10 o'clock in the morning for me, if I stop eating about 8 o'clock, about 10 o'clock in the morning, my body's really at baseline insulin levels and ready to go into fat burning mode. And it goes to get storage, fat storage, to provide the energy for my body that it needs to get on. So for about 2 hours, and sometimes I'll push it back to 2 or 4 o'clock, and I'm burning all kinds of fat. All kinds of fat are just melting off my body because I haven't kept feeding it. And then when I eat, and then I'm done. So that's basically it's intermittent fasting. I would recommend this for everybody. It's not about not having your favorite foods. It's not about um, starving yourself from the things that you like. It's just really, if you think about it, you're just pushing back that first meal. You're not eating that big breakfast anymore. Or if you have it, you're having it a little bit later in the day. And I think this is something that you should try. You should give it a try. It's working for me. If I want to have a cookie or a piece of cake or whatever, I can still have it. But I make sure that once my window of eating is stopped, I stop eating altogether and I have nothing but water. That's intermittent fasting in a nutshell. Maybe we'll get into more science of it as far as what's happening with your insulin levels and hormone regulation and things like that. But that's not for this. Anyway, it's your boy Aaron S. You can follow me on Instagram at Aaron S. No Excuses. I'm on Facebook, Aaron S. No Excuses. And let's put this work in. No excuses.